Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to say whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Fight Net Radio.
Lee Harvey Oswald, what's your name? How am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. We're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hi, this is Tia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to Fight Net Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jackson.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1 hour television spectacular.
Hi, everybody.
Did you watch the fight?
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Andrew Lapachet, Lee Honish. That's Andrew. I'm Lee. Normally I say I'm Lee and that's Andrew. Whatever. Thanks all of you for listening. Did I watch the fights? Yeah, as much as I could tolerate of it. I mean, it was an awful night of fighting.
It wasn't like Peter Nelson predicted of a 50-50.
Oh.
You know, I thought the main event was good. The co-main event, come on, that was a disaster.
We talk about boxing on this show. That's what you picked up on. Andrew's rundown because he partied like a rock star till 4 in the morning. We're actually recording late in the afternoon. I went to the North American Musician Show this morning. We're actually going to get new rigs for everybody involved. And the reason for that is really simple. I want all of us to sound exactly the same. So we're going to have higher quality sound for all of you. So Andrew doesn't sound like he's in a tunnel. I figured out why you have the bouncy sound there, even though you have a good mic.
And why is that?
It's called bounce back. And I need to get you a bounce back device. So you're very loud when you talk, and it bounces off the walls of your room. And it gives it that kind of echoey sound.
I've been told that in my ears, Lee, growing up.
See, when you talk soft and quietly, everybody's listening going, that sounds great. I said, here's the truth. Andrew gets fired up. He will get fired up. It'll get louder, even in his tired state. How much alcohol did you actually consume?
Oh, not too bad. Under a 12-pack.
Under.
Yeah, I took the under last night.
There was boxing last night for all of you that are interested. We will give you those results right off. Jorge Linares decisions Mercito Gesta and retains the title. Jorge Linares provided handicappers correct as his former training partner wrong Saturday night. WBA lightweight champion impressively proved the superiority over Gesta during the 12-round, 135-pound bout at the Forum. Final scores 118-110, 118-110, 117-111. For those of you who can't figure out, that's what we call in the business a mofo shutout. Because it was a lopsided, dull-ass affair. Gesta is trained by Freddie Roach. Freddie talked crap. He's got heart. He's going to break down Linares. None of that happened. In fact,
yeah, and that's why I wasn't.
I don't even know what to say about this fight.
I wasn't too high on the fight going in. Gesta is a Freddie Roach fighter, but he's one of the fighters that rarely had Freddie Roach in his corner during his live fights. You know what I mean, Lee? If Freddie had a another fighter, Pacquiao or anyone else, the bigger name fighting on the same weekend or even close to it, possibly a training camp, he wouldn't show up to this kid's fights. It was nice he showed up last night. Been saying it for years. I got to say it one more time. Just didn't see Freddie Roach bringing anything in that corner to help this kid get past what he had in front of him, Linares.
So what you were saying was Freddie was too busy twitching?
No, not that at all. Because he was
stop that with his Parkinson's, Andrew?
He was calm. Everything. No, it wasn't that type of environment, I think, for Freddie last night. You go in hoping your fighter does good, not predicting him to win. So I don't think Freddie had a problem with his nerves last night. He has not. I mean, come on, Lee. He was like a motivational speaker. Oh, come on, kid, you got this. I need this. You need these rounds. Like there is no instructions on how he's going to get in the inside or how he could, stop the right hand of Linares from landing. He only had I would say a handful of highlights where he actually landed a decent shot on Linares. Good performance for Linares, but you got to take points away too because he couldn't stop this kid. The guy took a hell of a punch. If you want to give him any credit at all, it's the fact that
Freddie got it right. He does have a big heart.
He does.
Got beat up.
Yes, he was in there. I mean, literally, he looked like a little poor man's Manny Pacquiao with no power. Bouncing around, would raise his hands after getting hit. Like, literally. Maybe that's how Freddie trains them, is just giving them videotapes of what Manny does. But the kid did a lot of movements and combinations, everything like Pacquiao. He's not Manny, He has no power. He did not have a power to keep Linares off. Very, very, every fight was the same, It was, like I said, you got to lack Linares a little for not being able to take him out, Lee. He was landing good combinations, but doing it in a boxing way. He should have turned it up a little and tried to get himself a knockout, really get him in line for a Lomachenko fight or a Mikey Garcia fight. Once again, with him being from Venezuela, not that popular, right? Lee, hey, what about this? We talk about LA lacking in fan support. Only under 7,000? Under 7,000 last night.
But I said that going into the fight. There was no promotion locally.
It's a Golden Boy card. Golden Boy's from LA. You think they would have that market sewed up with promotion or no promotion?
Yeah, but it was a shit card. I mean,
I know, but you're talking about generational fans.
I know. Look, I knew people who went to the fight. Okay, they're hardcore, diehard.
Yeah, only 7,000, Lee. That's nothing.
Yeah, and here's the remarkable part. I know a large portion of the 7,000 that went. That's how small a crowd it was.
I mean, Golden. I get that. Golden State. I mean, their D League team could come into town and do 7,000. It's This is
people don't get how small 7,000. This is a little so alarming. If you're watching like Fight Night on ESPN from like one of the casinos, that's a couple of thousand people. This isn't that much bigger. You're just talking people on the floor and people in the first deck. The upper deck was all closed off last night.
Well, sell them for $10. And I'm going to get into.
And they wanted real money for these tickets.
I'm going to get into. Yeah, exactly. If you're lacking, I don't understand why promoters do it. Maybe one day I'll be behind the scenes where they can actually explain why. When they know their fighters aren't going to sell out, that they don't bring these top bulls down to a price
okay, let's go a step further. You're going to be on TV, so perception's everything. You've got companies like Fill a Seat. Why don't you just give away the upper deck? Just give away the upper deck.
Exactly, Lee. Yeah, no, you're right. Go to one of the big companies and strike a deal.
I'm literally sure that Golden Boy is getting a piece of the concession, right? So that has to be part of the deal when they get the
when they rent the building, of course. Yes.
So why wouldn't you want to just put bodies in there?
Yeah, no, I don't. I have no idea. This is something people talk about. They always knock Anthony Joshua, and I'm going to jump really fast here, but I want to point this out to the fans. They clown you guys clown Anthony Joshua on the 70,000 sold for Parker, saying that they're not selling them for expensive prices. Last night we only had 7,000 people show up. I almost guarantee you if they lowered those tickets, and I don't even know what ticket prices were, Lee, it might have only been $20 to get to the upper bowl, and they still didn't buy them.
Right, but
Anthony Joshua,
but who's heard of Gesta?
Really big in the Bay Area. He's had some fights. I know. No, but hear me out. Golden Boy should be locked in out there. There should be dads, sons, and grandsons.
You're assuming that Matthysse and Linares by themselves are big enough draws.
Yes, they should be.
They should
Lee, you're
be,
talking
but
about two of the best fighters in their respective divisions.
This is literally a PBC level card. So if you're going to run a PBC card, why isn't this at the Ace Theater in downtown LA?
On the outside looking in, for the average fan in LA that knows about De La Hoya but not really about the heart of boxing, you had Linares versus Gesta, who had a decent record, right? Was he undefeated or he have one loss? If you can check that for me. Decent record. These are two guys with solid records. One of them's worldwide. Then in the main event, you have an undefeated fighter from Thailand, power puncher. Dude looked like a monster. Way bigger than Matthysse. There was a sale here. There's a sale. You can sell a ticket on this fight. Someone lacked that last night. And I'm telling you, LA, they've been letting me down for a while here on the fight scene. It used to be the heart of California. I no longer think it is.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think they overshot the venue.
Maybe, Lee, but there used to be a lot more fight fans. Like I said, right now it should be grandfathers, sons, and grandsons. De La Hoya has been in the game for generations now. He's a well-known star.
By the way, his only loss was to Miguel Vasquez at the MGM Grand back in 2012 for the title.
For a title, yeah.
So
that's his first.
He's fought here locally. He fought at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. I actually think I was at that card. Luis Arceo in San Francisco. He fought Carlos Molina out at Fantasy Springs. He was on the StubHub card. I mean, he should be a known entity.
Yeah, at least in California.
Yeah, they stuck him on a Cosmo card. They've let him around.
I know he's been in Northern California a few times. You know, the Filipinos got a strong fan base out here. They were trying to build him like Manny. So yeah, it's don't know if the kid has it. He's decent on the stepping stones. Fails against the champs. This is his second time. He might get one more shot. Probably guarantee you, Freddie Roach will not be in that corner.
He's a mid-card fighter.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's a guy that'll give you rounds. That's what Gesta turned out to be. And he's always going to have a job because he doesn't have a tremendous knockout ratio. He's only knocked out about half of his opponents. And you see this after almost every legend, right, Lee? Yeah. Every time there's a guy from a country he's really hot, the promoters just swarm that area trying to look for number two. It takes a decade almost before that guy is actually born. For the Philippines, it might even be longer than that. They're not known for pushing out too many Manny Pacquiaos out of the country. I would agree. Lucas Matthysse also fought last night. Took him 7 solid rounds to take on.
Good fight.
Took on Tubba. It shouldn't take 7 rounds for Tiwa Kiram. I mean, give me a break. So it was stopped in rounds. The 7th round, 121. Of the 8th round. Took him 7.5 rounds, more or less.
Yeah.
Kiram is not worth 8 rounds, Andrew.
Hey, he was making a name. HBO missed it on this one. Roy Jones didn't. Shout out to Roy. Roy's a former boxer. He knows what he's talking about. He outshines these other two. It's coming on a consistent basis right now, Lee, that Roy Jones, he's almost becoming like Emmanuel Stewart. He can't break it down like Emmanuel used to. Emmanuel was very good at breaking down why he thought a fighter was going to win or what punch in the later rounds was going to be the one that breaks him eventually. But Roy Jones is right there. Roy Jones sees everything. He was trying to give the Thailand kid credit.
But
he
you
just
understand that this Thailand kid has never fought outside of Thailand. Yes, he was undefeated coming into the fight. Let's give him a lot of credit, right? 38